Daisy, and here comes Douglas. Woohoo!
Handsome Dougie.
Really?
Yeah.
And modest?
Well,
so welcome to Marital Hate. We do a live interactive podcast.
weeknights.
Although we're considering making some changes.
I don't know.
And
we don't know.
It's interactive. That's pretty much the best part. So
that means you can interact with us as we
well, you can interact with us and our followers, and they're like the coolest people you'll ever meet. Like inspiring, hilarious, thoughtful, kind, and a little
crazy,
fucked up. But that's what we like about them. And by the way, if you're fucked up, they want to be friends with you because what
fun is there
people.
Being friends with like ordinary people? Like there's no fun in it.
I think that they might help you get deals on like insurance and stuff. Side note, I don't
think they do. I think that's all regulated. Like, I think all those people
pretty tightly medicated. Regulated. Sorry, I'm medicated. Time.
Regulated.
We'll get to that.
Hesitated.
Trace says, "Hi, peep." So, for those of you watching, we call the people who have been watching the podcast and interacting with the podcast for a long time master haters. And two of our OG master haters are here, Tracy and Anne. Hello, ladies. They say hello, all. They say, "Hey, peeps." Anne was actually their very first guest on the podcast, and Tracy is our resident OG lesbian. She and her wife have been together for like 1,000,000 years. They paved the way for future gays, so we are super proud of them.
Paved the way for future gays. Oh, yeah. Look at what I'm wearing tonight.
Oh, look at that. Oh, sorry. There you go. Free dad hugs, because we love the gays.
Because I want to hug your dad. Yeah. Oh, wait. That's not what I mean.
Do you want to hug my dad? It'd be hard. Belly would get in the way. It's actually kind of cute.
I'd like your dad to be a better dad.
I would like him to be a better dad.
I would hug him if that was the case.
Can we please talk about my dad's belly and how he's like Winnie the Pooh and it's the cutest thing? It's just adorable. My dad has like a belly, like an Octomom belly. Like
I wish he was. I wish he was more.
I do, but I want to say this: even if someone's not nice to me, even if they hurt me on a regular basis, but I can still find good things about them, and I just always think it's because my dad's always pulling his shirt down because he has his belly. But like, I wish he would like be like Bert Kreischer and like just rock out with that shit out, just like, yeah, motherfucker. He doesn't say motherfucker anymore though because he found the Lord.
Oh. It ruins everything.
Speaking of finding the Lord, I found my Lord and Savior, Hookah Bob. He says, "Hello, I'm here for a little while." Hookah Bob has had a week. Keep him in your thoughts.
Yeah, we're rooting for you, Bob.
We can't tell you. I can't spill no secrets outside
I don't know what's
of school.
going on, but
I'm gonna tell you, I love that motherfucker. He's just such a great person. And actually, in our pal Uncle Paulie,
we'll talk about we'll talk about Paulie.
And he didn't deserve it. We love that motherfucker too. So please keep Uncle Paulie in your thoughts. Tracy says, "Free dad hugs all around."
All around.
And Hookah Bob says, "I'll hug you, Doug."
I'll allow it.
That's so. You don't let a lot of people hug you. You're coming around.
He's Hookah Bob, though.
I'm telling you, he's coming around. You know why he's coming around? Because of Huddy, my pal Huddy, who is just amazing, gorgeous, like perfect man. Love him. Retired cop, big dude. I mean, big dude. Takes Doug, hugs him against his will.
I'm not like a shrinking violet.
It's so cute. He takes him and goes like this.
Yeah. No, I'm no shrinking violet, but I'm well loved. I'm well loved.
You're no shrinking violet, but Huddy is massive.
Well, I wouldn't call him massive.
He's a big dude.
He's a big dude, but I wouldn't say he was massive.
The only person that we personally know that's bigger than Huddy is Bill the drug dealer.
Oh, they're probably Bill's a big.
Bill's a big dude. He's like 6'5".
Yeah.
Charlie's 6'4", but Charlie's skinny as a rail.
Yeah, he's skinny. Yeah.
I forget something.
Well, don't show too much.
Oh shit! This might be like the 5th time. How many times have I shown my?
A lot. She's wearing only a tissue paper sarong. I think she's gonna end up in the pool. Oh, there you go. There's some butt crack. It's green, but it's still butt crack. Anne says, "Hookah, whatever's going on, she's sending love." Isn't that nice? That's very nice. So here comes sarong.
Do you see any titties?
No.
Yay! No titties. Okay, so we went to the beach today,
and we got.
We're gonna play Shell and Tell. Bring the bag over. So we'll just do Shell and Tell while we chat. How about that?
Okay. Well,
if you guys have a favorite, feel free to chime in.
This is you should show that.
Okay, but bring the whole bag.
I got the whole.
We have a lot that look the same. Let's sort them up before we show them. Okay, so Hookah Bob says, thank you, Ann. Yeah, y'all, we have this like little fucked up little crazy family here, and I am so
Family of
listen. I've been really feeling down about life in general and the podcast lately. Just like feeling like I'm not doing enough with it or whatever. And now but the one thing I'm always proud of is the fact that we brought y'all together and that we have this fucked up little family. Doug's gonna kill me.
Yeah, well, now we have. I just got the sand off me from the beach today, and now it's.
Well, now you have more. So we went to the beach today, but Turner was closed. I think it was opened by the time we left, but Turner Beach was closed, which is our favorite. So I was in the water and it was very calm. The guy that I met last week, I went swimming one day and like the guy was like, "You're gonna drown." He was there. He was super nice. As a matter of fact, I fucked up paying for parking and it was going to cost us $150. And he came out to the beach and found Doug and said, "Dude, you fucked up your parking."
I didn't. I said I didn't.
No, it was me.
Someone else did.
But then we found this shell. How pretty is that? Isn't that pretty? I wish I was like really good about. I still have so many things I'm supposed to mail out, and I wish I was good about going to the store because I would mail this to someone. Because that's how much I love you guys. So, what did everybody do today? How was your day? How was your week going so far? Did you go to the beach? Do you hate us for going to the beach? It's not something we get.
Did you eat a peach?
You just want to make a rhyme? Is that you're just making rhymes?
Well, yeah,
you're busting rhymes like Bobby Brown, who you referenced today.
I did reference the most perfect reference of all time.
Well, kind of. So we went to Allison Beach on Sanibel, which, by the way, we have a pass. We learned late in the game that you could buy a pass. We've been paying for parking. Come to find out, you can buy a pass once a year. $60 covers a bunch of Lee County beaches. But a bunch of Lee County beaches are currently closed, particularly on Sanibel because of
that stupid storm.
That little eddy thing. It just moves some sand around.
Debbie.
And some shells. Oh, what did I call it? Andy?
Eddie, Debbie, whatever.
It's all
whatever, Debbie.
So,
Debbie.
So Debbie Eddy.
Debbie came and went.
Our friend Debbie Eddy. The
Killing is here. We haven't seen Killing in a while.
Oh, hey, Killing.
What's up, Killing?
Thank you so much for your support.
Rome, New York.
I have been like really bummed out, like I said. And I commented in one of the podcast groups that I'm in, and Killing happens to be in there as well. And he said, "I love watching your podcast."
Oh, that's very nice.
It made me feel bad.
Well, there's a he and a she.
Is it a he and a she?
There's,
I thought there was two he's.
I think no. I thought there was Sam was the she. I think the she.
I thought it was.
Well, remember we listened. There was a.
We did listen,
man
but
and
I
woman.
was baked and I'm baked now. So then, like, it really could be anything.
Sorry,
they could be. They could.
She doesn't pay attention.
They could be half he and half she.
Hey, you guys could be whatever. We're still gonna like it because you know what? It's a cool podcast and you guys do a good job.
We still love you. Has that Kevin Smith episode come out? I gotta watch it. And Ann says, "Good news, surgery definitely next Friday." Oh. Yay! We just don't know the hospital. Well, I have to laugh at this point. Good day. Oh my gosh.
Good day to you,
y'all.
Sir.
And I sorry, I've been just out of the loop as a person. Like I haven't been a person. Ann's pacemaker, she talked about previously, has been running out of time. We have actually 2 of our followers have pacemakers, Hookah Bob and Ann. Hookah Bob is on track. Checking all of his health stuff, working on that, but his pacemaker is in good shape, so he's got that going for him. And
so he's immortal.
The battery's gonna die at any minute. She is at 2%. She does not want her pacemaker to kick it. She finally got an appointment for surgery, but still doesn't know which hospital. Gotta love Western medicine.
You gotta know where to go.
So eventually. I am so terrible at remembering things, and hopefully someone will remind me that it's Ann's surgery. And Hookah Bob says, "Ann, we'll be wishing the best for you. Keep good thoughts." Yes, we will. And Trace says, "Oh, good luck, Ann." How could you not? Like, what are you going to say?
Roll them dice.
Fuck you, bitch. No, everybody's going to say good luck, Ann.
See ya or not.
We want.
That would be terrible.
Herein lies the point. Ann hasn't really pissed anybody off, so it's not like anybody's going to say that.
Not even Killing, because they're saying good luck, Ann. Look at that.
Me. On the other hand, I piss people off all the time, but Ann's a nice lady, so people like her.
She's a nice lady, and
teach me your ways, Ann. How do you do that?
Teacher of ways.
I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to be liked or likable, or like to be normal, even for that matter. Oh, we brought home the portion of the whelk.
The whelk of
We brought
love.
A portion of whelk home.
Welcome home. Get it?
You're so.
Oh, I didn't bring my joke. I had to get my joke at some point.
Okay, go get your joke.
I'll go get my joke. You talk about shells.
Okay. So we went to the beach. So we get to the beach. I fuck up the park, and the guy comes to find us. There's a turtle nest there. So there's a sea turtle nest, and it's like all like roped off with like netting over it. So little baby sea turtles coming to the water. Dying to see one. My friend Christina, who lives over in the East Coast, she goes walking her beach every morning and has saved a bunch of baby sea turtles. She always calls them though, and it's like, hey, I found a sea turtle, and they're like, okay, cool, do something with it. Or they meet her or whatever kind of turtle date that she has. Did you accidentally bring home this is a clam?
Oh, throw it in the pool. You can live there.
I feel bad.
I didn't put
I had one that was, I had two that, oh no, this wasn't, oh, it's not. It was just,
it's just connected.
It's connected. I had brought home 2 connected ones. I like the connected ones, don't you guys? I think they're special. So we get to Allison Beach. We've got this little setup now. Doug packs the cooler.
We have it down to a science.
Mostly Doug.
I have it down to a science.
I do the driving.
I trust science, people. When it comes to going to the beach.
I buy the sunscreen and all of that craziness. And Doug packs the cooler and he carries most of the stuff. I carry the rest of the stuff. And then we make friends. Oh, and he sits at
when
the beach.
We get on the beach, you dump the thing, go in the water.
I have to.
And then I set up the
because
chairs,
by that point I'm too faint. Doug sets up the chairs, the
cooler.
umbrella. I don't know why he sets up my chair half the time because I never sit down. I'm always in the water.
You didn't today?
I did sit on the chair
today.
Oh,
you did? Yeah, we played cards. Yeah.
We played cards. Who won? You won.
I believe I did win.
Fuck you.
So there.
So we get there. We're in the water, and Doug came out, and of course the water is
crazy hot. It's hot. It's not even like it's not refreshing. I'm like, it's like swimming in soup. It was real. Like, I hate to complain about nice warm Gulf of Mexico water, but it was not enticing.
Well, here's the thing. If you're from New England, you're used to the water being so cold that you can go in for like 30 seconds, but you're like, No, it's not like that. I'm telling you, the water in our tub does not get that hot. Like, it was so fucking hot.
It's crazy.
And so we're in there, and there's little areas that get cold. Fun fact, those areas are actually called a thermocline. It's something I learned in dive class because I am a
certified
scuba diver.
Lunatic.
Yes, that too.
Oh.
So we had we're in the water. Doug finally comes in the water. We go out a ways. We swim around a little bit. Then we go to shore to start looking for seashells. And Doug actually stayed with me and looked for seashells for a little while, which was fun.
Until we started picking up critters.
Yeah. Oh my God. So you go ahead, tell them.
So you would dig in and get the whole, and you'd be in the water and let the sand like fall off this, and you'd get the shells and find some good shells. Well, every once in a while you'd pick up something and there'd be something moving in there, like flipping around.
But it startles you.
Yeah, like, it kind of startles you.
They're not scary. They're not scary.
I don't know if it was a crab or some other.
I had a sand
underground humanoid.
I had a sand flea at one point, and but like, here's the thing: your reaction when something's like
moving on you.
Yeah. And so I was trying to show the little kids that were there. There was this beautiful family. It was like the mom, the dad, the grandmother. The grandmother, who's recently a widow, has this brand new baby, 14 months old. She's had him since he was 2 weeks old, that she is raising, and the mother and the father had picked up another kid.
Yeah, right. The godson.
So
it was crazy. They were nice. Extended family.
The whole extended family, but the nicest family. And it was so cute. They were from Ohio. And and they were from Ohio. And like the first people we met were the 2 young men, and they were so handsome.
Oh, they were out in the water.
So polite, and they're like, "Are there sharks in here?" I'm like, "It's the fucking ocean." Yes. And there's lionfish and there's clownfish.
And those kids just were like,
they were like, "I'm not going in the
water."
Oh,
and then you're like, "Oh yeah, we also have crocodiles."
Well, the thing is, okay, so here, I'm gonna say something, and I hope it doesn't offend anybody because I never want to offend anybody.
You're gonna
be happy. Okay, one of the things I said was, because I know a lot of people of color don't like to swim. Like, that's a thing.
It's a old wives' tale.
It's a thing, and a lot of people of color are not so into animals. Again, I'm just going based on my personal experience. I'm not saying that's true of everyone, but I'm saying that in that case, and I've experienced that in the past. And I actually said to Doug, I'm so glad those boys are in the water before we met them. And it was so funny as I get talking with the grandmother, she's like, no, I don't like that. I don't like the water. I don't like creatures. I just want to be peaceful. And it was so sweet. Yeah. And it was just so nice to we talked to every one of them.
Oh yeah, they were all
And
nice.
we never
helped them with
exchanged
their-
names, and we should have.
Yeah.
So she was like, the grandmother's holding. They're out in the water, and the grandmother's holding the baby on the side of the water, but she wants to get up. And so she's struggling, and I'm like, I got you. And I run down, and the baby was so cute. All I
Yeah,
could
yeah.
think of is Holly.
Oh yeah, we just had
And because we have a
baby.
new great grandnephew, and of course we're not going to get to hold him. But this little baby was the first time I held a baby since. Well, I mean, Macy down the street.
Yeah,
when
but
she
not
was,
that
like, 18
that
months, but,
level
like,
baby.
This is like a teeny
baby.
tiny. He was like a 14-month-old, and he had the most beautiful like gold eyes.
Yeah, he
Like,
was. Yeah,
He was so handsome. And he was so sweet, and it just made my day. But they came like 5 minutes after our excitement. I will tell you about that. So we got comments. Oh, I have never even entered the studio. Trace says, "Aw," and Anne says, "The ocean down there can't cool you off. It's just wet." Pretty much, yeah.
It was funny when you found one of those thermoclines. You would stand there, and your feet up to your knees might be a little cooler.
Refreshed.
Yeah.
And Trace Killing 15 says, "Good luck, Anne." Thank you, Killing.
that.
So sweet of you. Again, just a little family. Join it, people. And Anne says, "Thanks all. Oh, I piss people off royally, but I speak up more for myself now. Good for you, girl. Set some boundaries. Not that you haven't, but I suggest it." And then Tracy says, okay, so we're on the side and we're doing this like digging in. There's a bug in my hands. Drop it. Pick shells up, whatever. And everybody's all of a sudden alerted to the fact there's dolphins.
Yeah, dolphins.
And so we're like, fuck it, we're going in. And they're in
They
very
were
shallow
close.
water.
Yeah,
I
maybe
think that one got beached, and that's why it did that big tail slap.
did do a big tail slap.
Uh,
It was
yeah.
pretty. It was pretty shallow where they were. Probably waist deep, maybe a little more. Not much.
No,
Not
they
much
weren't
more.
waist deep. Like that's the part that's concerning to me. They were not waist deep. They were like I'm talking barely over my knees deep. Like I don't know how they were in that shallow of water. It was crazy. But like, and again, the one dolphin did that whole tail slap
Yeah.
thing. I think it was beached at that point.
He might have just been alerting or smacking down whatever was in the water.
because the water was so shallow. But that's
know.
just me.
It could have been.
So
Don't know.
so we start swimming out there, and Doug's first time. How did it feel?
These things are big.
But they were gentle.
They had no. They
That's what
didn't-
you want your first time.
They had paid us no never mind. Is what they did.
That's not entirely true because they came toward us. Like, remember he came toward us once?
Yeah, he
and
came
flipped-
toward us and he flew.
Like, this went on
kind
for,
of flipped
like,
around. Yeah,
I don't
came back.
know, two minutes or so.
but yeah, not very.
5
Yeah,
minutes?
not very far away, and he just comes up and
And they
does
didn't come
his
back
thing,
again. So I'm really hoping
And
those
then they
people get
turned
to see
around
the
and went
dolphins.
back the other way. So
I'm really hoping that
But it was-
they
was-
come back.
it was kind of amazing. Daniel's here. What's up,
Hey,
Daniel?
Mr.
Sending me
He's
some
a
videos
singer,
lately
strangers.
of some good music.
Oh,
It's
that's
all good.
awesome. We haven't been really doing much of anything lately.
But yeah, no. So it was really cool. They're bigger than you think. It didn't freak me out at all. It was like, yeah.
But you thought you were going to be freaked out.
I thought I'd be freaking out because I'd be out there and the things powerful and can swim better than me and could grab me and pull me under. But this thing was just magnificent. It was
It's just great.
It was pretty
And there were
cool.
two that we know of. There might have even been three at one point.
There was the
but-
one that stayed under. That was the scary one.
Well, I will tell you that the scariest part of the day for Doug was a rope.
Oh, don't get me started on that creepy rope.
Taylor's here. Taylor says, "Hey,
What's up, Taylor? Bang on.
Okay, tell him about the rope.
All right, so Stacey's over there. We're
I'm
up
going
to
to show you
about
shells. I'm
we're
going
up
to
to
show you
about
shells.
here. She's like, look what I found. And she pulls up because she's feeling around for shells with her feet. She pulls up this rope that's attached to something
It's not
on
attached.
both ends.
Nothing. It's just buried in the sand.
It's buried in sand. She's pulling and it's attached to something because it had tension to it. It wasn't just this rope.
But it was buried in the sand. On
Yeah, but there was something else buried with it, like some sort of seafaring man that got buried with his boat in a storm. And so she's like pulling on this rope. I'm like, that's bad. It was something out of a horror
There's
movie. There was, like,
probably a
stuff
lot of
hanging from-
ropes in the bottom of the ocean.
And she's
Doug.
like, and she's like, oh, let's find out what's on the rope. I'm like, you don't want to know what's on that rope. It's just
I
probably
was pulling and pulling and
some
pulling,
fisherman.
and Doug
fell
was
off a
moving
boat.
back and back.
It's
and
just
back.
bad mojo. You don't pull on a rope that you find in the bottom of the ocean. That's just.
But I was trying to.
I don't know what you guys think of that, but if you found a rope on the bottom of the ocean, it's probably not attached to anything good. It's probably not attached to to any kind of treasure chest.
Just so
or
everybody
it's-
knows, this
it's
is a fancy
tied to a
kind.
dead guy.
This is a fancy kind of conch. I forget what it's called, but they're fancy.
It's a calico.
That's not a calico, is it?
I don't know. I'm just
No,
making
just
shit
don't
up. God damn
Don't
it.
make things up.
This is the Cinnamon Toasty Apple Jacks. Conch.
So I pulled on the rope. Nothing
That's
happened.
the Rice-A-Roni.
I feel like it was the tampon.
Conch.
I feel like it was the tampon string of the sea, and there was nothing attached to it that
No,
we're aware of.
And then I thought, this is deep, folks. I thought maybe if she pulls on it, she pulls out the plug that's holding the ocean in, and all the whole ocean drains through this hole, and then we're screwed because we don't have any more oceans. I don't know where the water was going to go, but you just never know. You can't mess with that. And I watched too many cartoons, and that's what would happen in a cartoon, in a Bugs Bunny cartoon.
I don't know. That did not happen. But I feel like, I don't know, am I supposed to report that to some authorities?
What,
or
the
something?
rope?
Yeah, the rope. Because I was worried that the dolphins were going to get stuck on
The
it or
dolphins are not
something.
going to get stuck in the rope. The dolphins have been looking at that rope for 40 years and saying, yeah, there's a rope there, stupid humans.
Well,
Do we need rope? No, we don't. We just swim around and we're
it looked like
gray.
it looked like a relatively new relatively new rope.
Yeah, Hurricane Ian 2 years ago.
No, I don't know, maybe. I'm telling you, I saw a fucking sea turtle.
We saw something in the water. It was
And I tried to get near
unidentified.
it, and it moved like a sea turtle.
Yeah, I couldn't tell what I know. It was like about that, but I don't know.
I'm telling you.
Could have been one of those puffer fish that will kill you if it stings
It
you.
was a sea turtle, and the pufferfish isn't going to kill you. Get over yourself. Aren't they so cute? I like the little baby
And
ones.
then
Tracy's cute.
and then we have a bunch of olives. These are called olives.
There's to show them the little baby olive.
And then there's a baby olive.
And Anne says, you found Jimmy Hoffa. Just kidding. No, I think I might have.
She may
and Daniel says, I'm big in Japan. Dude, yeah.
He's big everywhere.
Japan,
Yeah.
you would be big. My friend Lars is like 6'5", and he lives in Japan.
That's the same shell. The one's big, one's small.
You're showing them the ugly side, though.
I was showing them the open side, the little vagina side.
Yeah, but they don't
Look.
want to see the vagina.
Oh.
Oh, tell them about the vagina.
Oh, no. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
And then Trace is cute. So okay.
So if you're in the ocean, you find a rope. You don't want to know what's on the other end.
pull on the rope.
No.
Pull
You
on
don't
the
want to
rope.
know what's on the rope.
You got to pull on the rope.
It's not soap on a rope. There's
gotta
nothing
pull on the
good
rope.
that what possibly
You gotta
good
pull
could
on
be
the
on the
rope.
other end of that rope.
What do you guys say?
Dead guy.
Pull on the rope
Dead
or
lady.
don't pull on the rope. Pull on the rope. Don't pull on the rope. Hookah Bob says Michelle's Sunday, August 25th.
Is that with the Vern Dazel?
Is Vern Dazel going to be back? We'll be there.
And see if you can get me the opening spot.
Oh, they don't usually have an opener. I don't
Well,
think, but you
then
could
maybe
get
they
one.
don't know me.
Well,
so
actually,
Killing says, of course, Killing says pull because then they get a
Pull.
podcast out of the dead guy that pops up.
pull.
So
Pull,
Taylor says pull. Taylor says pull.
The rope. Per the rope. Vern Dazel, like,
And
yes.
then it is Vern. Yeah, we'd be psyched to see them again. See if we let's procure
So
that.
I'd
opening
like
act.
to thank you all who have curiosity that will kill your cat invariably, but like, you know, it's a good time. And like myself, I support you in that. By the way, we
pulling that
got
rope.
coral, lots of coral.
Oh, I have a coral over here
That's
that
not
looks
coral.
like a cat's foot. It looks like a dinosaur foot right there.
I also have a
look at
new. I have a new shell policy. Would you like to know what my new shell
now we
policy
have
is?
shell policy.
There's no live shelling. You have if there's
No,
like a
no, that's-
creature in the
that's
shell, you
against
have
the
to
law.
put it back.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
whenever-
Jackie says don't pull.
Jackie
See,
says don't
finally
pull.
somebody that has a reasonable sense of safety. You don't pull the rope. That's crazy.
pull. So one of the things that we've been thinking about, because I like tonight. I
So
didn't-
you have a shell policy. I'm sorry.
Oh, my shell policy. Sorry, you keep me on track.
Yeah.
My shell policy is if there's a living creature in the shell, my new shell policy is you give it a kiss before you release it. Why? You're giving
It's a good way to get a clam stuck to your face.
a clam is going to stick to your face because you kissed it.
Yeah, it's gonna be like you never seen that video of the guy holding the snapping turtle?
Okay, a clam and a snapping turtle.
Clams close. I don't know if you know this, and they
Yeah, my clam closes all the time. We're going to talk about a clam tonight. Not even mine, by the way.
all right. I'm not even with that.
What? You're not even with that? The clam? We have
You
to
don't
talk
kiss
about
a seashell. You
Why
don't
not?
like this is essentially like a booger insect in a shell in the ocean, and are you gonna kiss it?
I kiss you.
Not nice.
I put your dick in my mouth.
Hey,
and your balls and your asshole.
Hey
time.
now. Hey now, these people don't
Hang
need
on.
that. Taylor says, I'll catch things for my kids and let them keep it in a bucket of sand and water till we leave the beach.
Oh, that's so
LOL.
smart.
We wanted to do that with the dolphins that we saw today, but
We got room in
they're
the
too
pool.
slippery.
We got room in the pool, and they would have fit in the Jeep. We just like lay it across
Yeah,
the
they're
back.
kind of slippery.
My daughter brought home.
Oh, the kids will kiss it.
See, there you go.
Yeah, and then I don't know if I like this. Daniel says, "Go ahead, Jackie, pull it." I don't know.
That's not
She's
exactly
you're
what
trying
he
to
said.
convince you to. Yeah, it's not
He
good.
said, "Don't listen to Jackie. Go ahead
so
and pull."
Donna says a clam won't get you. Promise. Oh wait. So now Donna, if I have horse questions, I'm asking Donna Newman. If I have clam, well, I guess I don't know. If you're a clam expert, then you should publicize that on your website.
The resident clam expert is Tracy.
Would be Tracy, yeah.
Tracy, what do you say about clams? Tracy's a resident clam expert for 3 reasons.
By proxy.
Lesbianic.
Well, there's that.
Former vet tech, so she knows animals.
Oh yeah, they might have
3,
had a pet.
forensics person. So she's the Tracy is the deciding vote on
He's
this
like,
one.
Donna says she goes.
She is.
She says she is a clam expert, and so Tracy says kiss
Kiss
the clam.
clam.
That's yeah, okay.
Was that one of your wedding?
Clam.
It was one of ours.
It was a prerequisite.
I
think. I don't know. It was
actually I dumped a guy because he didn't actually. That's a good story.
You've told it on here many
Have
times.
these people heard it?
I believe.
I was dating this guy.
Clams don't go to the vet. Hey, you don't know what kind of fancy clam people there are out there that really want the best of veterinary care for their bivalves.
Oh, a clam. I will just tell you that
If I had a clam that looked like this, I would. Yeah, I don't know. That's it.
my
That's a nice one.
grandmother didn't understand the concept of oral sex, and I dumped a guy because he didn't do it, and amongst other things. My grandmother was like, what did she say? That's disgusting.
And then that led to a whole different.
Yeah, she wanted me to marry him because he had a lot of money. He was boring. He didn't eat pussy. So ask me how I feel about that.
Hello.
So this is like, you remember those candies that you like eat off the paper, the candy buttons?
Oh yeah, the
and
dots.
You get a piece of paper every fucking time for the little tiny piece of sugar. And if you get the good birthday cake, it has that sugar on the flowers. Those are my favorite. This is what this is like. It's like completely flat.
It's about the same size. Yeah.
It's like one of those little candy dot things. I don't even know how they did
It's
it. It's
ocean candy dot is what it is.
yeah, I don't think it would be digestible. Calico.
See, look at these things. This is so. If you'd like any of these shells, send $25 to Doug.
No. We would send you shells if we would ever go to the post office.
Yeah, we never.
I bought Tracy and Bex a present from Pride that I still haven't mailed them. They'll probably get it for Pride next year.
We have marital hate stickers that we want everybody to have and enjoy.
We have 2 pairs of shoes. I have 3 returns to Halara. Like I'm really sucking as a person recently.
Now, you know what? You swam with dolphins today. That's the important part of life.
There you go.
In life points, you get like 5,000 life points for swimming with a wild dolphin.
Well, I would like less life points. It's been pretty fucking awful lately. Donna says not happening. What's not happening?
About taking clams to the vet. She's a clam expert. I do not forsake
I've seen
her.
People take wildlife to the vet and
information.
pick up the bill and stuff. And look, a horny guy. By the way, when I call it a horny guy, Doug's like, "Don't call it a horny guy."
Donna says mailing stuff is stupid. Well, come visit us, Donna. We're on the.
What in the hell kind of botched circumcision is this? I have a botched circumcision. Look, it's a horny guy, and they cut the tip off.
So she's like finding these things that she calls horny guys. Is that what this is?
It's a horny guy, yeah.
She's like, and she'll like, I found a horny guy. I'm like, you can't yell that at a beach because you're gonna be looking for somebody pitching a tent or something, right? People are gonna be looking around. It's not, and then it's gonna embarrass the guy that is.
Well, first of all, there's a lot of horny guys on the beach. The dudes were probably like, "Yep, right here."
Yeah. Donna said she wants to come down, but she might not leave. There's plenty of riding down here that you could bring a horse, whatever.
Oh my god, I want to go riding so bad. I haven't been riding for years.
Take her off my hands for a couple hours. I need, we need to,
Let's go to the beach.
Donna,
I think I'm gonna go tomorrow again.
Donna's a clam expert. She's the best person you could take to the beach.
Do you think I should go to the beach by myself? Can I go and attend it?
Oh, and Donna wants to be a guest on the show.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, if you want to talk about clams, which we do a lot. Of various.
We had talked about clams yesterday.
Did we?
Yeah, remember?
Oh, right. Yeah.
I'm happy as a clam. And we're about to tell another clam story.
And speaking of clams, we also said that Tracy and Bex have been together so long they invented lesbionics.
Yes, that was yesterday.
But I corrected you and said that was Billie Jean King invented.
Yes,
the lesbian.
that was our thumbnail tonight. We make these little cute little cartoons. We're still trying to figure out like we've been at this over a year.
We're trying to monetize
episode
it.
309. We got 12 cents from Facebook the other day, so that was exciting. I don't know if we should go back. Like, I'm having a really hard time. First of all, it's a lot of stress, like doing it and interacting with people and all that stuff. It's a lot of stress. We haven't been gaining the way I would like to. Like, you guys are all here and we love you so much and we appreciate you and we think about you like nonstop. Like, it's like inappropriate how much we think of you. Like, you should get a restraining order against you because we're stalking you. Like, we fucking love you so much and we appreciate you so much. But we take a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of money to make the podcast. So we're trying to figure out how to be more efficient. Like, in my perfect world, I would spend all of my time just making content for you guys, and that we'd have somebody to help with the production and the marketing. That's my fantasy right there. But then I'm realizing, okay, reality. So what do we do? So like, one of the things that would help Doug's music a lot is if he gigged out. So I'm like, well, what if we just did Monday, Tuesday, Friday, and then Doug could gig out the rest of the time. And so, or even like Wednesdays and Thursdays and Saturdays and Sundays, Doug could gig out, and that would be really cool. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Would you like to see less of us? And like Wednesdays and Thursdays are kind of slow. I guess people have lives on Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Apparently people don't have 40 hours a week to dedicate to this podcast. Cindy Bennett is there. Hey, just here for a few minutes while I let the dog out. Yeah, I've
been thinking about you. We
finally made it to Sanibel today. The Dolphins were out. It was a good time.
It was so awesome. I actually almost texted you, and I meant to text you before we left the house, and then I was driving and I got distracted by a shiny object. I figured you were working.
Danielle says Donna and I want to guest on your show.
Come on.
And Daniel, bring your Telecaster. We'll do a jam.
Billie
Jean is one of Beck's idols. That's awesome. See, because she invented lesbianism. And Aaron Ray. Aaron Ray.
Aaron, I don't think we've met before. It's nice to meet you.
Hey guys.
Aaron, I think you might be a local musician.
I think he's Aaron. Oh wait, no, he's just regular Aaron.
That could be Arun.
Remember, I don't know if you've seen that.
Arun, like our friend Arun.
Right? Yeah, we have a friend from India.
You don't look Indian to me, but you might be on. Good.
You don't know what he is. You know,
my friend Zasha does not. Who does my locks?
Yeah.
She does not look Indian, and girl is half Indian, and she's Scottish.
The Scottish they cancel everything. They're like a like a vanilla ice cream that cancels everything out.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Aaron, we do this live interactive podcast. Usually 5 nights a week. We're considering tweaking it, but right now we do weeknights. And it's interactive, and we love to support.
We love to meet new people,
creators, musicians, anybody. So if we can support you in some way, let us know, because that's what we're all about. And of course, you can help us do that. That would be great. But you know what? That's not why we support.
We support lesbians, clams.
But like our socials are on the bottom there. If you follow us, we follow you back.
Yeah,
what
else do we celebrate?
Honestly,
we celebrate everything.
I gotta say, I have not done any of the social media in weeks. It's a miracle I've been doing the podcast. Even before the podcast tonight, I was like, I don't want to do the podcast.
Courtney is here. She says, beautiful people with a heart-shaped hands.
She's like a little pixie.
She is. And I think she's warming up to me, because she used to say hi to you and that you were beautiful. And then she used to side-eye me like, oh, and Doug.
I miss the ego boost.
Yeah, so if you want to do that, that's also fine.
Yeah, you never get the mean comments from people. It's only fair that I get the occasional ego boost from one of our followers.
I don't know why. Like, why would people just attack you? Like, it doesn't make. We're just hanging out. We're doing our thing.
Apparently, I'm annoying. That's like, I haven't put any short clips up in months because I am afraid of the mean comments people will make.
Well,
I hate everyone.
You got a lot of cool people here tonight, which is awesome.
Yeah, and I'm trying to focus on them, but I'm a human being and I have feelings. But it's like, I think because I'm ridiculous, people don't always know that I have feelings. How cool is that one? It's okay. So this does not look nearly as cool, but it's super cool. It's like a bumpy.
She'll tell you what's cool, motherfuckers.
No, but it's like
sit down.
It's like a bumpy spiral kind of. It's awesome. You just can't see it on camera. It doesn't do it.
My wife likes a bumpy spiral. What you call it.
Speaking of clams on television,
this was kind of a nice zebra stripe piece of a whelk, but did you? Yeah, I brought that. That's cool right there. It's like,
I don't bring home hunks
striped.
It's
striped, as they say.
So my thing is that we were watching Project Runway.
So over the weekend we just started and we watched a full season.
Season 14 we just watched.
It was fantastic. It was
Kelly
great.
from the Deli.
Kelly from the Deli, Boston
girl. She was
girl.
robbed, I think, and I think that the other chick had like an okay line and she was nice. But and I did not like that shit they pulled at the fucking paintball event. That was bullshit
Well,
on a stick. But I will say,
I'm sure nobody's watched it and remembers it enough to know what you're talking about, but it was bullshit.
well, if you're bored, watch Project Runway because
Oh,
it's
so
like it's
season 14,
mindless.
so-
It's just
yeah,
fun. You get out of your brain.
And I like it because there's creativity involved. I don't really know fashion from a hole in the wall, but like
Neither do I.
I know good craft. I know what design is good. Like I know what I like. So you can kind of participate. So then our season was over. Starts a new season.
Season, it's like Project Runway All Stars, but it's also season on Hulu. It's called season 15.
Yeah. So this one guy, he made a little pair of shorts that were.
It was like a little jumpsuit, and it was perfectly
shorty
fitted, but it
shorts.
had like it was fitted perfectly to this model's body, and it had short shorts, but it also had a lot of other things going on, like chains and ropes, and it was
whips.
like the garment itself was well constructed. It just needed to be severely edited in order to not make her look like a stripper that you pulled from the bottom of the sea.
She had ropes.
She had ropes.
So she did.
And so there was just one tiny problem. I mean, aside from the hot mess of over
the whole
accessoration, the whole thing.
Oh, the whole thing was a hot
thing.
mess. Yeah.
No, the whole thing was a hot mess because this jumpsuit
Did
was
not
so
cover.
short. Not only did her booty hang out, but they had to pull a little square on her puss. Not once did Heidi Klum mention the fact
Nobody
that
mentioned
they
it.
had to black out this woman's puss.
It was like a black bar.
A black bar.
It was like a box.
It was like this on her puss.
It's like, look, all
Which-
right. So if you're like, here you go. We're gonna just black you out right there. There
It
you
was
go.
like a little black right
Like,
here.
yeah, it was like that. It was
Well,
like
I'm using black. That's what it looked like.
that. Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
I'm not
So
remake
I
it
don't
so
know
you
what
can't
was
see
going
me.
on with it. Like, how do you like? Isn't clothing designed to cover up like a couple major areas on a lady?
Not
and then
anymore.
the rest of the
No,
areas
you
are
see-
kind of.
How many asses have you seen lately? Seen a lot of ass.
You've seen, well, you do, but I am not arguing with that at all.
I'm not arguing with it either. If you want to show it,
But I don't know. There's,
walk around naked for all I fucking care. I don't
But-
give a shit what you do.
but that you're designing it. Yeah.
There's a world of difference between walking around naked and rubbing one out on the train. Like totally fine to walk around naked as far as
How'd you
I'm concerned.
guess? How'd you
And
know
it's-
I did used to do that? No, I
That would make sense. That would make a lot of sense.
on the train.
You were in a sexless marriage for a very long
I was
time.
riding on the train
When
with
did
my
you
boss
ever?
or
Maybe you turned
coworkers,
him off.
depending on what.
No, your career didn't go as far as it should have if you had done that.
Wait. Aaron has this to say. Doug, I mean this in a respectful way, but damn, brother, Stacey is looking pretty fucking awesome. She is
Thank
fucking
you,
awesome.
baby.
She is
Thank
fucking awesome.
you.
And
Oh my god, can I get your number?
hey now.
It's on shaky ground. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna lie
hang
to you.
I'm going to say easy there, Brett Michaels with his
Well,
big. No, but she is awesome, and yeah,
I'm really not.
And no, you are awesome.
But there's a song about me.
Well, there's another song in the works for you, and I recorded the chorus, and it's pretty damn good.
Is it nice, or are you gonna be mean to me about how she talks too much and she drives like a crazy person? She pulls on ropes.
You do pull on ropes, but some guys are into that kind of thing. All
I do pull on ropes.
right, so my thing. All right,
Putting
so
ropes nearly enough
all right,
for
so
my liking.
here's my thing. Right, it's a rope in the ocean. Don't pull it. There's a rope like if bad things happen. When was the last time you pulled
Hang
a
on
rope
a
and something
second.
good
I
happened?
am being spoken to
Oh, okay.
with
Sorry.
harsh words.
Oh, wait.
Accept the fucking compliment. Thank you.
Yeah,
Aaron.
bitch.
Thank
Oh,
you so
wait.
much. I appreciate you.
No.
I do appreciate you. No, that means a lot to me. There is a song about me, and it's coming down on the charts.
Well, that was the first song. Yeah, my song went up to number 4. It's been on the charts for 10
Smiles
weeks.
like the sun.
It went down to 5, stayed at 5 for a week. Last week that went down to 6. So it's kind of on the way
But
down.
we're
I'm
still going to keep
prepping my
requesting
next release. But I'm already working on the next album, and I've years ago I had the idea. It was kind of a long story, but we were painting chalkboard doors, and we had respiratory masks on because we were spraying like it was down the basement or something. So we came up and we took our masks off, and one of the girls like looked at it, and we had like just the black all around our face, but it was like a blue black. So one of the girls said, "It looks like you guys have been doing blueberry cocaine," and I'm like, that's kind of a metaphor for Stacey because she's like fun and flavor rich, if you will, like from like like
In
almost
my
like a
puss.
candy, and then like, but you're also like a rush of adrenaline. So it's like, so anyways, I kind of crafted the song called Blueberry Cocaine. So anyways, I started recording it, and I recorded the
The
first
song
chorus.
Blueberry Cocaine is about me.
Yes. Yeah.
I've never done cocaine, to be clear. I don't
No,
know if
no,
that's
but,
the
like-
drug for me. I think that there's a lot of drugs for me. Most of them are sedatives. I like marijuana. I'm on it right now. You should be too. Now, I'm no drug pressure. I just find it to be very helpful to save my life.
Well, she also has a chronic illness, which Aaron doesn't know, but she has a chronic illness and she's battling through that on the daily, and still has a rosy outlook on life. So
not lately. I mean, like, thank you. I appreciate that.
No, not lately, but I'm
I've
just saying, maybe we
time.
just ignore the lately and focus on.
No, but I mean, listen. I want to keep it real with people. I'm trying to turn around. I've been using ChatGPT as a health consultant, a natural health consultant. I am working on my energy. I hung out with dolphins today. I'm going to go hang out with them again tomorrow if I can get out of bed. Tracy says, "Yay, proud of you. I'm proud of you. Thank you for putting me in my place." And Tracy says, "I requested
thank you
today, girl. I love you."
That's all good. Everybody's got this thing on
giving
speed
up, dude. We just need to get more out there, and he needs to get out there and gig. And Tracy says, "Blueberry cocaine sounds awesome."
You mean the drug or the song?
Both.
The song is going to be as good as blueberry cocaine.
So I have that sinus blockage. Yeah, which, by the way, when I use,
you'd have to put it in your butt.
When I have so many things to say about that. I have a sinus blockage, and if I use my sinus bomb, it does clear up. But I have a sinus blockage. Would blueberry cocaine help clear?
Yes, because blueberries are an antioxidant, and they would just
So here's the thing. So if you can't use cocaine through your nose because of some sort of septum problem, there's what's called a tush toot, where people blow cocaine up the ass. So here is the thing. Okay, sorry, it's about to go off the fucking rails.
At 8:43, it took this long.
So if you put it in your butt, do you taste the blueberry? Because I think you do. Because I think you have taste buds in your butthole.
I don't know.
No, I think that you have taste buds in your butthole. I remember seeing something about that.
Aaron Ray says, "Just smoke weed and all is well, folks."
That's what I do.
Not bad advice.
Edible, I got a punch.
I'm not. Yeah.
What do we got here?
All right. So now she's asking ChatGPT if you can taste cocaine in your butthole.
No. Can you taste with your? I had something really weird happen to me.
Hookah called it. It's 8:43.
Yep,
off the rails. I've heard that the penis has taste buds. What do you know about a penis, Tracy?
I just want to imagine what it's like to be ChatGPT.
I'm trying to imagine what it's like to be Tracy, to take as much crap as we give her.
Oh,
it's kind of awesome.
Tracy gives just as good as she gets, and I fucking love her for it. Okay, so I did ask. I just want to share with you guys.
All right, this is a robot.
I have many threads going with ChatGPT. One is my fantasy where we win the lottery and go on a road trip following the Buffalo Bills. A little something for Doug, a little something for Stacy. One of them is where it's my naturopath. One of them is where I learn about human design, and most of them are podcast related. And also I have this one where I'm trying to beat the odds of the lottery, like Bryan Cranston did in that movie.
Yeah.
I have like a bunch of ridiculous conversations, and of course, FMK, show and tell, all the things that we've done. And so the question I've asked it today, and of course, it's got my entire medical history.
You learn stuff at this podcast, folks. You learn.
Can you taste with your butthole? So this poor little robot's in a room somewhere, a server room, and it's thinking to itself, no, you cannot taste with your butthole. Taste receptors are located in the tongue and in the mouth, specifically designed to taste different flavors. The idea of tasting with your other parts of the body, like your butthole, is a myth that is not scientifically supported.
Wasn't there a thing if you put your balls in vinegar, you can taste it or something? Like, wasn't there something like that?
I'll go get some vinegar for you to put your balls in. I'm telling you, I have shit out Indian food and been able to taste it. I'm telling you. And I'm going to tell you what happened to me today. I got up today. I pooped a tiny bit. It was like Whoppers. Then a little bit more. It was like a fun-sized Snickers bar.
Oh, yeah. Well,
that one was like a melted and then
you
Snickers
still
bar.
Like what you see, Aaron? Because this is what you get.
But then I'm sitting there minding my own business, like, because I kept getting up and thinking I was done, and I would get up and flush, wash hands, wipe twice, wash hands, blah blah blah. So I sit back down and I poop a little, and my butthole starts. What the fuck is that?
It's called the shaken starfish.
I don't know what that is, but I will tell you, when I've gone for a colonic, the colonic lady, you've been?
Yeah, I've been.
Okay, so for the colonic lady, there's two things she uses. One is this like little thin, like tube, and that goes in your butt, and that's like, it's really thin. Like it's thin.
Less than a straw.
Less than a straw. Yeah, less than a straw. It's like a IV tube. And she puts that in your butt and does an enema for your lower colon. That actually hurts because the edge of it is like not soft. Then she puts in this great big probe the size of a dick, but she doesn't, it's not like she just goes up to you and is like, well, let's go.
Bonk.
No, she lubes it up, and I'm talking lube, like lube. My daughter went, and afterwards she was like, Mom, she used so much lube. I don't know that taking your teenage daughter to go get a colonic while she's sexually active is the best idea. Maybe I should have taken her for it before she was sexually active. She could use the poopo lupo. I don't know. But I will say that
I'm sure someone appreciated the cleanliness.
I don't think that she ran home and had butt sex that day. God, I hope not. But that's not my point. My point is that the lady uses a lot of lube. But what she does is she holds it near your butthole, and your butthole. So I think my butthole wanted Lynn to come over. It was just.
Oh, maybe it was. Maybe I was supposed to come
What is
around.
that? What is that? So, if anybody can explain to me why my butthole does the things that it does.
Aaron says one time I did several bumps off this chick's ass cheeks. Well,
good for you.
that's that's a rock and roll thing. That's
I think
that's
it's bound to
respectable.
happen.
Yeah,
Doug
it's
can't do
respectable.
cocaine. He's old.
If I did cocaine, I think my chest would explode and be like alien. Like it would like, I don't think that'd be a
We
good
got
idea.
so many. We got.
It's a blueberry flavored lube. I don't know.
Wait.
Because then
what
you
about blueberry flavored lube? What are you
Yeah,
talking
so if it was blueberry flavored lube, your butthole maybe in your crazy world would have been able to taste it.
I
So
don't
the
know, but
robot
whatever
friend told
kind
it
of
it couldn't.
lube or cocaine you have, make sure that it's responsibly sourced and that it's you
It's
check the
organic
ingredients out.
from tree sap.
You want to make sure you're using real live blueberries as opposed to some sort of scientifically grown blueberry flavor.
Not that blue stuff that you get at the 7-Eleven.
Speaking of which, I
slash-
actually used ChatGPT
Yeah.
to look up the kind because I was at how I use I use EWG to look up a lot of products. EWG or Skin Deep. You can look up your household products, your skin products. They'll tell you if they're healthy. They rate them on a scale of A to F, and you can look up the individual.
This is when she's
ingredients.
not tasting things with a butthole.
Yeah, when I'm not. Well, sometimes I taste things with my butthole while I look them up on EWG, but that's a whole other story. So, I was in my conversation with it today. I wanted to make sure there's certain things that EWG hasn't written up. Like they write up certain products,
Right.
and some they don't.
Right.
And some submit their stuff or whatever, and some are like the top sellers. But I asked it because the doTERRA sunscreen that we use is not in there. We're not big sunscreen people.
If you
Doug
can tell.
is. I just put it on my face.
I'm
my
noticing that
tattoos.
your tattoo is got your Alice here. Turn it over here. You can see that Alice has like a halo around it here.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can tell, like the legs did. Yeah, you can kind of tell.
yeah, it's from all the sunscreen. And so there are a lot of negative ingredients. Cancer rates have gone up since sunscreen's been introduced. I'm just cautious about it. I try to use it as little as possible. And I'm Portuguese, so I'm just gonna darken up. And so I looked
Unlike
up,
old white man over here.
but it didn't
burns
do,
like
so
a
doTERRA
piece of
EWG
bacon.
hasn't done doTERRA. So I looked it up and I said, hey, what about doTERRA sunscreen? And they said, which by the way, I have a doTERRA wholesale membership. I use it to get free stuff. I'm happy to pass on my
she
discount
likes free stuff.
to anyone who wants it. I will literally just give it to you at my cost. But the thing is, I get points when you order.
It's kind of like a multi-level marketing scheme.
It is. It's literally a pyramid scheme, but they have really good products. So I get points when I order, and I save up those points and get free stuff. Yeah, that one's really pretty.
That looks like if you get like a drink and they
Swirl it.
swirl it like a
Yeah, yeah.
chocolate.
So they talked. So I was concerned that I hadn't really looked up the individual ingredients, and it wasn't. I had looked it up in EWG, but it wasn't there. So, and I knew that it was zinc based, so it was pretty healthy. I knew it was reef safe. So it's mineral based. They use zinc oxide as the active ingredient, which is a physical barrier that reflects the sun rays rather
Physical.
than absorbing them like chemical sunscreens. Natural oils. It includes natural oils like Hirschelum, red mandarin, and frankincense, known for their soothing and skin nourishing properties. There's no harmful chemicals. It's formulated without parabens, oxybenzone, or other potentially harmful chemicals. Broad spectrum. SPF rating, moisturizing. The inclusion of natural oils helps to moisturize. Antioxidants. The essential oils in the formula provide antioxidants, which can protect the skin from damage. Application, as with all sunscreens, it's important to apply generously. There's a face one. There's a spray one. Sorry, face and body tube of lotion. There's a spray and there's a stick. We have all of them. I like the spray for your scalp if you have a scalp. I get even
Scalp.
like if I
think
don't wear
most people have it.
if I wear my hair down, I have to spray between my locks because the parts show. But when it's up, there's nothing exposed.
It's lucky for me. My hairpiece keeps the sun off my scalp.
It's not a hairpiece, but he's very pale. His hair is gray, and you can so it's not like he's not balding or anything. But you got to be careful.
Not bald.
So we use the stick is great to cover your tattoos because you can just color them in. So that's why my tattoos all have a little halo. So
By the way,
course,
Aaron, if hit the like or subscribe so you're connected to us
I will follow you back
on here.
So they suggest doing a patch test because of natural because it's you should do a patch test with any new product really to see if you're going to react to it. Ask me how I know. Okay, Silence of the Lambs. But they said it was the environmental impact because mineral sunscreens are reef safe, most of them. This one does happen to be, meaning they don't contain ingredients that harm coral reefs, making an eco-friendly choice. So I didn't know if it was safe. And of course, it did a conclusion, basically like it's a good product. So I was just like, okay, I want to see if this thing is full of shit. And so I asked about Banana Boat, and they were like, it contains oxybenzene, oxidate, aminobone, and words I can't even pronounce. These chemicals work by absorbing UV radiation and converting it into heat. Potential concerns flagged for potential health and environmental concerns, including hormone disruption and damage to coral reefs. They contain parabens, which have raised concerns for hormonal health effects.
How you make a hormone?
Refuse to pay.
You don't pay her.
And most of their sunscreens offer broad spectrum protection, which means they protect against UVA and UVB. They talk about the ways, blah, blah, blah. And it's not reef safe. And
Banana Boat. So like really you're doing harm to the environment to keep that boat afloat.
I just got a text message from my dear friend Donna talking about
the Northern Lights.
The Northern Lights and how she can't believe that.
Is she in New Hampshire?
She wasn't. I think she was in New Hampshire. Yeah, she sent some pictures. But Donna, we're in the middle of a fucking podcast. What do you got for comments, Doug?
We have Aaron said he just subbed us, so he'll be looking for our videos. Got to get back to work. So y'all have a good one. Good man. We've got some Zach Rizazio says, don't forget that awesome sunburn thing that turns it into a tan.
Right.
Boom.
Here.
At the ready.
Solar Recovery.
Instant.
It's actually made
George
by
Hamilton.
Made by a company on Sanibel.
Yeah.
It's currently takes a couple weeks to get to you if you order it on Amazon.
It's because we've been
order it now, even if you live in a warm water climate, a cold climate, and you're not going to be in the sun much longer. Because I will tell you,
you won't need it. You're going to need it.
Anytime your skin is irritated.
Even time if you're irritated, spray it on your face, and you're like, oh, you think it's
great
summer.
setting spray for your makeup.
Oh, sure, I do that all the time.
If you're having a hot flash,
Oh, so boom, boom, boom. No more hot flash.
You have a sunburn, it also works.
And then Ian said she wanted to post those sites so I can capture it. I think she wanted like the sites that you look up products. And then Little Miss Donna Shea says, I can't believe I saw these.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh, I just saw that. Okay, so I will pull
the Northern.
them up
I've never seen the Northern. I think I saw them once, but I'm not sure. But the Northern Lights are definitely on the bucket list. And yeah, you can see them up there all day, and that kind of stinks.
So EWG.org, they have a Skin Deep on there as well as household cleaning products.
And that actually came from somebody used some product and realized there was some bad stuff in it and said, ew, good.
I will tell you that EWG is not always 100% accurate, but it is a good option for some people. I'm going to download these pictures from Donna so I can share them.
I wonder where Mr. Matthew Colvin is tonight. He was here last night, and he is not tonight, and we're worried about him.
He has better things to do.
Tracy Marie says Solar Recovery is one of her favorite. It's so good. It's so good. And I went to the Derby Street Whole Foods. And like the person like walking around and like you don't want to talk to him, but then you do. And I'm like, I'm looking at there was like
a bunch of sunburn asking
stuff.
For help in a
and the lady comes up and can I help you? And she was kind of hot, so I was like, oh sure, I'll. No,
that
she was,
sense.
But she was older hot, which is super rare.
Like your age, she was like your age.
No, she's my age now, but I was much younger then. Anyways, and I said, so what's great for sunburn? She reaches for this. She goes, this is the best stuff on earth, or whatever.
Really
and I bought it. It was like, what was it, $12, something like that. It was probably more than like a solar cane.
I think it's like $17 now, by the way, but it's worth every penny.
And I went for it, and
If you have a sunburn, I'm telling you, if you have a sunburn, you know how well this works. You would pay $700 and not bat an eyelash.
No, you would.
Seriously, like it's the fucking shit. Like if you don't have it, what's wrong with you? Like Seriously.
Little Donna, Miss Donna says she never seen them like this up here. So cool. Yeah, that's amazing.
So
Donna.
I'm
so
about
glad
to
you're
pull
gonna.
them up on
She misses
screen.
us, guys. She says.
We
Well,
miss
she misses
you.
probably everybody, including Tracy,
better miss
who says
Tracy.
EWG I use now all the time. I checked the La Roche Posay triple moisturizing cream and it was rated at a 1.
Wow. Open.
John was like, "Come out here quick." I was scared. I went out in just out of the shower in a PJ shirt and my underwear. I didn't even go back in. Stayed up till 3:30. Oh,
Wow.
that's amazing.
Okay, so I'm going to share Donna's pictures. Thank you, Donna, for
Don-
sharing these. They're quite
Courtesy
lovely.
the photography studios of
Donna Shea. Donna, that just looks like you're really baked. No,
Looks
just
like-
kidding.
Looks like you dropped your phone. No, wait.
Very
Now we can
pretty.
see what's going on.
It's very pretty.
It's crazy.
It's very, very pretty.
Now, did
That's a
they
good picture.
flash? Did they kind of flash, or did they just sort of glow, or like it looks like they're changing? And
So pretty.
that's crazy.
That spot up there is so beautiful. Donna has a friend that I love. His name's Cliff, and he has a property up there. And she puts her RV there, and it is the most peaceful, beautiful place. It's just so beautiful, and he's just such a nice guy. Please give him my love. I just love Cliff. He's such a sweetheart. So we got the EWG. I can't believe it. Donna says no flash.
Don't flash. You just
Well, Donna,
leave it
you
open.
should have flashed while you were out there. In
Yeah,
your
and your little
panties.
in your little
Did you show
PJ
them
shirt.
your like the lady on the show? Did you put a box in front of your box?
Yeah, please.
The whole thing. I gotta tell you, I'm queasy.
You're queasy.
Like I
Oh,
was
that's
the
not
next
good.
day. So I'm not feeling great.
Did you read that one? That
No.
Donna, those are beyond spectacular. Yeah, that's such a great experience. Well, today we playing with dolphins, and that was a great experience.
Yeah,
So
I hope everybody's
I
having.
hope
a great
everybody
experience.
has some sort of life experience that they can always look
But
back
so
on.
our pal Uncle Polly, can we just talk about
Uncle
this? And
Paul,
we're
yeah,
gonna-
Uncle Polly. Yeah, I feel bad for Uncle Polly.
But it's
He,
gonna work out actually.
yeah, it's going to.
So let me tell you. Sorry, I have some. Okay, Uncle Polly, a friend to the podcast, comes often. He is a trucker, and he had applied for something local, which usually the local jobs, at least according to my friend Hookah Bob, do not pay as much money. But he had applied for something local. He wanted to slow down a little bit, and so they're like, "Put in your 2 weeks. We need you to do the health physical, yada yada yada." And today they like backed out, and so he like already gave notice. I don't know if he might have already returned the truck. I'm not really sure. So he is pissed about it. Like and we know somebody who uprooted his whole life and moved across the country, and then they backed out of
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah.
like these companies just don't give a fuck about you. And so Uncle Paulie has since talked to a former employer. They already want him. They want him away 3 weeks at a time, 1 week home, 3 weeks at a time, 1 week home, which is kind of nice because you get basically a week of vacation every month.
Right. Yeah.
And but do you? Well, no,
But you work hard.
He is always out doing stuff. Like he's
Oh,
not.
yeah, he never.
He's
he
not
didn't
sitting
slow
home
down.
jerking off. Actually, we were supposed to get together with him this weekend, but I wasn't.
But he was home
feeling
jerking off.
well. I don't know what he was doing. I was not feeling well.
Could have been
Even today, I was like, "Are we going to go to the beach? Are we going to go to the beach? Are we
Yeah,
going to go
I
to the beach?"
was
Because I did not
dragging
feel
you to that
well.
beach.
So there you go. And Trace says that is shady and sucky. I agree with you completely.
Shady and sucky and bursting with love.
Donna says it's infested with catapults. She meant caterpillars. And
Autocorrect.
the caterpillar.
Dumb.
I haven't seen any caterpillars while I've been up there, but caterpillars turn into butterflies, girl.
Yeah.
So it could be a really good thing. But they will eat the fuck out of all of your plants. Butterflies, that's why at the Butterfly Museum in Key West, we talked to one of the curators, and they actually said that they don't let the butterflies there form chrysalises and whatnot. I don't know what they do if they take them off the floor. They kill the chrysalis because they will destroy the plants. Like they'll just kill the plants. So they actually have hundreds of them shipped in every day.
Yeah, they ship them in and they hang them up, and then when they're
if you went to Key West and all you did was go to the Butterfly Museum,
it's by far the
it
best
would
thing.
be
in
totally
Key
worth
West
it. It's
ever.
amazing. Well, I don't know. Louis is pretty good.
Louis was very
And
very
that
good,
dessert-
and the other dessert was good, and the company was good.
There you go.
And the our Thanksgiving was fantastic, but
Donna says they have human heads.
they don't have human heads.
Who has human heads?
The caterpillars?
Wait, I'm gonna need to see a picture of your human head caterpillar. Thank you.
We had a caterpillar out here that
It had spikes.
it was like out of Jurassic Park. This thing was crazy.
Welcome to Florida. Oh my God. So the kids today. So this beautiful family. Again, it's 2 boys, a little girl,
thought you
and
were
a little
queasy.
baby. What's that?
I thought you were queasy.
I am queasy. And so the boys are asking if there's sharks and stuff, and we're like, yes, it's the ocean. And Doug's like, you're freaking them out. You're scaring these poor
She
children.
goes,
I'm like,
oh, and we have lionfish. Those are deadly, and we have
I
crocodiles.
didn't say they were
And
deadly.
the kids are like backing up,
They are.
getting
They're
out of the
backing
water.
out of the water. So I'm like,
don't
dude, I
listen to this
come in the
crazy lady.
ocean all the time. Like nothing bad ever happens. I stubbed my toe on a rock one time. Sometimes you get cut up by seashells if you're like digging in the shells. I had a little creature in my hand today. That
It was their
terrifying.
first time in the ocean.
No, they'd been in the ocean before. They just hadn't been here.
No, they said they went to Miami, but they didn't go to in the ocean.
It doesn't mean they've never been in the ocean before.
I asked them, I go, have you guys, is this your first time to the ocean? Like, they're like, well, it's kind of first time in it. I don't know where you were during that time.
Did they mean only in Florida? Because they were telling me about their travels. These kids are
Oh.
more well traveled than I am.
maybe.
Anyway, they were just a really good vibe. And you know what? Of course, we're next to each other, so we helped them with their flag or whatever. We gave them some advice about the local area. But we're getting ready to leave. And again, it's a black family.
I would have said this regardless.
He would have said it regardless, but I was just like, oh, we're the white people. So a white man goes, good.
And we pack up our stuff and we're kind of wrapping up. I go, like the great Bobby Brown said, we out of here. And they lost it.
They were dying laughing. But the funny thing is, we get in the Jeep, and what do I put on?
We
Fucking
put it
Bobby
on and
Brown.
we're dying.
We listen to Bobby Brown. We listen to New
I say that crap all the
Edition.
time.
We listen to Belt. We do, because listen, in the rest of the world, it's the year 2024. And hopefully in your homes, it's the year 2024 and you're listening to Doug Gear music. But in my fucking Jeep,
It's like
it's the
1988,
90s, and we're in a hip-hop
99,
club.
something like that.
yeah, it's
We heard back to back. We heard Bobby Brown,
we were
Belle
on the
Biv DeVoe, and Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
we were
All
on the
around, I'm
Bell
like, what is this? The
we were-
Dorchester
we also
Express?
heard-
What is this?
Rex and Effect.
Oh, that's right, we did.
In this, we're on the Bobby Brown station. That's why we got those songs.
Yeah.
I'm just glad we didn't get Whitney Houston, because I don't want to be responsible for that.
There's actually, Donna, there's a song that we listen to. It's called Jimmy Ray. Are you Jimmy Ray?
And we always sing
Are
it
you
about
Faye
Donna
Ray?
Shay.
And we always, are you Donna,
Donna
Shay?
Shay. Who wants to know?
Who wants to
Do they even know that song, Jimmy Ray? Because I love that song.
It's a good
Guilty
song.
pleasure.
Yeah, it's a good.
It's
guilty
from like
pleasure.
1992.
Jimmy Ray. Look it up.
Donna says they're
Faye?
nasty, way too many.
If there's too many of anything, it gets nasty. Too many birds, you start
That's my
freaking
problem
out.
with Cape Coral. There's too many people here.
Too many people, you're freaking out.
Trace says, I mean,
Too many
it's
cats.
isn't that Caterpillar and Alice in Wonderland have a human heads? Kind of. And then the moth from the Silence of the Lambs that had like a little human skull head thing.
Face.
Dead head moth. And Trace says, yep, sure do. Yeah, I'm having like a wave of nausea right now. Like it's just like
That's because you ate dinner.
probably.
How dare
I've been
you.
having problems lately.
How
Okay.
dare you?
I will run down.
I have a dad joke while you pull.
Your dad joke.
We might want to share that.
I thought you were going to put that on the marital hate page. We had a whole conversation about this.
I forgot. I was holding it back to do it, and I just did it. Dad joke for August 13th, 2024, Tuesday. I hated facial hair, but then it grew on me.
I can't believe you did that.
I'm sorry, I totally forgot. I heard you say it, and I did it anyway. And then I forgot that I posted that.
Paul lost a friend on top of everything else.
Yeah,
Please,
we're
you
sorry,
guys,
Paulie.
please keep Uncle Paulie in your thoughts. I pulled it open for a different reason,
Oh.
but I just wouldn't. Your friends they got up, were going for a physical, then told before they even
Yeah,
got to
and
the
then
physical
they
they
lose
weren't
a
getting a
friend.
job, and now their friend's dead. Like that's terrible.
That's not good.
So please keep him in your thoughts.
Yeah,
Okay, so
Paulie, we're gonna
here's
send
our
you some
hashtags.
luck.
I'm going to run down them real quick. Kelly
All right.
from the Deli, from Project
Yep,
Runway.
Project
I believe
Runway.
she should have won. She's a Massachusetts girl. I resent the fact that she lived in like fucking Wilbraham.
Munson. She lived
Munson.
in Munson.
She lives in Munson. It's
They
all the
kept
way
saying
out
Boston.
by Palmer. The exit you get off to go to UMass on the Mass Pike. That's insanity
Palmer.
that they call her Boston. That's seriously like
yeah.
if she was
it's
from
kinda-
Quincy and they said
Oh
Boston,
yeah, anything
okay,
in
fine.
almost anything inside 495, I would say. You can still say Boston.
No.
Because if you're from Andover, you're kind of from Boston. If you're from Franklin,
I will
you're
give
kind of from Boston.
if your town is within the 195 loop and it has
Me 95.
95,
Yeah,
128,
within
whatever.
128 belt,
If it's in the 128 belt and it has way too many people there,
and you can't
it's
pronounce
Boston.
it.
and it's
Well, what
not
about like
Boston.
Walpole? Walpole was just outside the.
I'm not
128
calling it fucking Boston. Walpole is not Boston. It's not Boston.
I
People know
think
where
anything
Foxborough
inside.
is.
I think anything inside 495 can be considered Boston.
no.
If you're
No.
well, yeah, well, maybe you're
No.
right, because if you are flying in, you could fly into Providence and have an easier time.
I'm just saying.
It's like whatever airport you fly.
Even if you live in Boston, you can have an easier time flying into fucking Providence.
It's true. Yeah.
So I vote for Kelly from the Deli, despite her Bostonian
Yeah.
appropriation. She's just a sweetheart. I like her clothes. When we win the lottery, either tonight or tonight,
Either tonight.
she's going to be my stylist. I'm going to hire her. Hopefully she can work on fat people clothes. If she can't, she's going to have to reach out to that other lady. Janet Jackson today was on some sort of talk show.
Yes.
And she revealed that she is related to not one, not two, not three, three. She's related to three very famous people.
I don't know.
I
don't know if I buy anything that Janet Jackson says. She's kind of loopy.
Wow, that's just rude.
It's a little loop. She's a little loopy out there.
Rude.
All right, go ahead.
Well, I want to know if anybody can guess them.
The three people she's
This
what?
one got broken somehow.
Oh,
Yeah, we need to be more gentle with them. Do y'all know who she's related to? Oh God, Hookah Bob says good dad joke.
and so it's
Good
Tracy's
dad
laughing.
Oxymoron. Okay, we gotta wrap up. So she's apparently related to Stevie Wonder, Samuel Jackson, which I think that's Samuel L. Jackson, but I could
Samuel
be
L.
wrong,
Jackson, yeah.
and Tracy Chapman. Interesting. Small world. Paramount Television Studios is closing. I don't know what that means. But Project Runway is on Hulu right now, so I should be okay. Although is it a Bravo show? No, that's going to be A&E, right?
I forget. Yeah, they changed so much. Ann says there's a town specifically called Boston. I grew up in Roslindale, which is considered Boston. Yeah, I had a house in West Roxbury. I lived there for a number of years. That is the westernmost part of Boston, which is different than the West End. And so it's, I believe it's Hyde Park. From Mayor Menino used to live in Hyde Park. You've got the Rossi, you've got the West Roxbury, you got the Dorch, you've got North End, South End, West End, Back Bay.
Hey, listen.
There's all your Boston
here's the
towns.
thing.
Eastie, you got
if
little
all your
Eastie in there.
neighbors, if all your neighbors roll out of bed with a fucking attitude, a dunks in their hand, and they have a thick accent, then you can say you live in Boston.
And if anybody that saves their space with a cone or a traffic cone with a broom in it, or a lawn chair,
lawn or those plastic chairs people seem to use.
or a resin chair.
So
you may be from Boston.
Okay, let me just try to whip through these because I seriously feel like I'm gonna throw up
don't
everywhere.
throw up.
Liquid Death.
Liquid Death has a new flavor.
Oh my god, it's so bad. It's good. I gotta pull this up.
I think I want to try it. I'm gonna channel my inner Mr. Morrow and try it.
I actually had two things I wanted to pull up, so this is one of them is hilarious.
Oh, the other one's very funny. It's political, but it's
I've got
also
a couple
very funny.
little political
Yeah, the
things.
political ones are funny.
We're gonna bring the political things up when we can make a joke about them. We're not gonna get mad about them.
No,
we're gonna
no,
let
especially
the joke happen. We're gonna let the joke happen. So Liquid Death has come up with a new flavor. It's a collaboration with an ice cream company, and it's called Hot Fudge Sundae. It only has 30 calories.
I'm not hating this.
Maybe we need to try it. But
unless
Liquid
it has
Death,
stevia, then I'm out.
They
'cause
partnered.
stevia is
They
terrible.
partnered with a batch ice cream company who will be selling it at their locations, and also it's available on
I'm curious.
Liquid Death's TikTok shop, and I believe Amazon as well, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, there's certain things that I try it. I'll give it a try.
So, the other trends are here he is, George Clooney. Doug looks and sounds
Liquid
like
Death is sometimes carbonated, not always. I believe
they
they sell like an alpine water that's not or something.
do
but
have a
ones I've
non-carbonated
had,
beverage,
yeah.
and some are carbonated as well. You know who to talk to about Liquid Death? She buys it by the fucking truckload. Christina.
But don't talk to her this week. She's in Scotland.
She's in Scotland. Don't just leave her alone.
Yeah,
She's in
just leave her
Scotland.
alone.
Scotland is so lucky.
Yeah.
That's the Liquid Death again. Not although I'd rather look at the Liquid Death than this. This is just crazy to me. So here we have handsome man and
George Clooney.
Donald Trump is an insult to intelligence, an insult to decency, an insult to humanity. George Clooney. Dude, like, you're gonna let that, like, I don't like him is sufficient. You can just be like, I don't like the guy. I'm not gonna vote for him. I'm choosing to vote for this other person. The thing for me is that, you know, it's got, oh my god, my tit is like popping out. You guys almost got a straight up nipple right there. My thing is, like, if you don't like them, don't like them. Don't vote for them. Say, I'm going to choose this other person, but don't focus on the negative. Try to focus on the positive. Focus on what you can do. Like for me, I always focus on like, there's a lot of things that bother me that are happening in the world. We've talked about it and we're always going to talk about it because I can't fucking help myself. But like, I want to focus on the things I do want. So like hippie commune, when the fuck are we doing it?
That's right.
You guys.
Julie Weeks just stopped in.
Hey,
It's been a while. We like
missed
Julie.
you.
Julie's
We
the
have
best.
not been doing it as much, and I'm really about to yak.
And then Ann says, I like Dr. Death, but do are like they're flavored. I don't know what Dr. Death is, but
I don't know what that is either.
Liquid Death is,
We were talking about
is
Liquid
good, yeah.
Death. But she
It's
may
good.
mean Liquid
Yeah,
Death. as
yeah,
well.
I mean, she might be, yeah.
Who knows? Maybe she'll a
right.
little bike.
You
Or
don't
maybe
know.
she's just tired or whatever. I fuck up typing even when I'm like wide
Yeah,
awake.
we don't know.
and,
Yeah, I don't think of it.
I make colossal mistakes on a daily basis.
Oh my God.
It's not
yeah.
even funny.
Sometimes your
I'm
brain just shuts down.
like an Alzheimer's patient. Sometimes I actually can't get the words out. But I think like this, like I don't like Harris, right? Like I just don't like Harris, and I want to like Waltz, but then I look at his policies and I don't like him. But I'm not going to be like, I'm not going to let it ruin my life. And this, like, I think people have made themselves like genuinely ill with Trump derangement syndrome. And that's not just people who hate him, people who like him too. Like everybody needs to calm the fuck down because there's all this like divisiveness and anger and misery. And that's not helping us get to the truth. I don't need to see 900 memes about Harris's plane and whether they faked a rally or not. I just don't. I just want the fucking truth. I just want the fucking truth so I can make my own opinion. How do we get? And by the way, I would love to hear other people's opinions. Like I want to hear your opinion, my friend. I want to hear my opinion, my friend. I don't want to hear it from the media. I don't want to hear it from some fucking idiots they paid to be at a rally. I don't want to fucking hear it from anybody except my friends, like the people who I respect. And so we have more hashtags.
And we have one other meme, right? That
I didn't even, I'm not even going to bother with the meme on this one. It's ridiculous, but
Okay.
I'm getting there. So going through the hashtags. So Snopes, which is
Snopes.
actually, Bedell, sorry. I'm going backwards. Below Deck Med is trending.
Yeah.
I did not watch this episode,
Kept
but I
singing.
heard the way it went down is
the boat sank.
a bunch of the charter guests were super rude to the staff. It seems like the customers are either
nice to
super
people,
terrible
goddammit.
or they're super nice.
Yeah.
Super rude to the staff. And one of the staff members like told her off about how she was using the wrong fork. And Captain Sandy, because she was like trying to tell the girl how to do her job. And she's like, I don't tell you that you're using the wrong fork, whatever it was. So Captain Sandy stood up for her crew. And that, my friends, is leadership.
Oh, that's very good.
That is
Yeah.
leadership. You take care of your people, they will take care of you. They will take care of your customers. And
Good for you, Sandy.
By the way, if you're the trucking company that fucked my friend Uncle
Yeah.
Paulie, I'm not getting any truckings from you.
Yeah, no trucking. You know what? You know
None
that
of
thing,
them are either.
you know that keep on trucking? Well, no more.
No,
we're
no more
not gonna
trucking.
we're not gonna keep
You
on
will
trucking.
not be eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking.
Yeah.
I am not going to see what you can do.
You know what? Trucking, I got my chips cashed in, not cashing them in now. Yeah.
What happened?
How you like that?
So
Place.
So apparently Snopes is claiming, so there's a controversy as to whether or not, so there have been ads in Craigslist asking for people to act as protesters for $150 at the same time as rallies. Now, does that mean that the Harris campaign has put those out there to get people to go to the rallies and they're paying them to do so? Does that mean the Harris campaign has, it could mean that the opposition put an ad out to make them look bad.
Right.
Who knows? But I do know that there have been a couple of social media influencers that have come forward being told that they would be paid $1,500 to post videos that were anti-Trump and pro their thing. So, something, it's all a fugazi. It's all smoke and mirrors.
The only one I knew about that, that actually, I'm sure it happens all the time.
I know it
I'm
did.
sure
There was
everybody
a Cash App in the remember that Facebook page that trashed me 6 Ways to Sunday in Facebook in Scituate?
Yeah.
There were the kids were posting, they're Cash Apping people $50 per Trump sign that they take down.
Well, that's not nice.
But that's what's happening. Like, are you kidding me?
But yeah, but
You're
I
hurting the
guarantee
electoral-
that's not from an established campaign.
But
Guarantee it's not.
I don't know
Guarantee
about.
it's not.
What do you mean?
Although
Who
I
do you
do-
think did it?
Probably just some rogue people. I like think about
Rogue
all
people
those.
have that
Think
kind
about
of
all those
money?
PACs that put up. Remember the PAC that put up
Yeah,
the
but,
RFK
I mean-
ad during the Super Bowl? He had nothing to do with it, and he actually
But that's-
apologized to his family for it because
But that's what
he
the
had no
PACs do. I
control
mean,
over
like
it.
the PACs are in cahoots with it.
Yeah.
Like it's just like this Project 2025 thing that everybody's upset about. It's like,
Well,
it's not Trump's. He hasn't endorsed
oh,
it.
it's Trump's.
I'm sorry. Can I
Sorry,
finish?
go ahead.
It's not Trump's. He didn't write it. He has not endorsed it. But the guy was on his fucking plane. So like, you have to question everything. But my point is that the people that are being ugly and disrespectful of other people's viewpoints, that are being ugly and disrespectful just for the fucking sake of it and being hateful, you're hurting the democratic process. Like the democratic process, what it needs is for people to come together for mutual respect, to understand the reality of the situation and to come together with solutions. Not like seriously just adding to the general misery of the world.
Well, the things
Is that making you happy to fight
No.
with your fucking friends? Like, oh, you feel that way? I don't, but I still love you.
Well, I think the thing that gets my goat is when people like spread stuff that's easily debunkable or easily not proved.
I don't think anything is easily debunkable anymore. I really don't.
Well, I mean, I think the Harris plane thing on the tarmac. Oh, there's no reflection. Well, if you look at whatever.
But that's my point. But that could go either
Yeah.
way. I know that you disagree with that, but I can see the validity in just about any argument because I have an open mind, and I'm not saying you don't, but I'm saying that I make a point of having an open mind in every single situation, and I can see the potentials of both. But Snopes is saying that it is not true, and people are in disagreement about that. It is worth noting that Snopes has been wrong many a time, but they've been right many a time. So again, how the fuck are we supposed to know? And you can draw, like I always say, gather all the information and go with your gut. Library trending, I don't know why. I don't even know why there's libraries anymore, although they do a lot of great things for the community.
They do.
And
there's a lot of people that like will go and rent
learn to
movies from
read,
there
it's a
borrow
low
books and
cost
stuff like
entertainment. A lot of homeless use the library, but they've also had some problems with issues with sex offenders at the library. So just be mindful when your kids are at the library, because obviously like most homeless people are like fine, they're dealing with their own shit and they're not going to bother you. But there are sex offenders that that have done things at the library. So just be mindful of where your kids are at the library. Supervise them. Of course, Lowe's and Home Depot are both trending because they're both supporting Trump. And so they're boycott. So what, like, there's all these people that are like, I'm boycotting Home Depot and shopping at Lowe's because of your MAGA stance. And then a bunch of people saying, I'm boycotting Lowe's because of your MAGA stance and shopping at Home Depot. So these people are boycotting. They're like, one's boycotting the other, but they're both companies support Trump. How about this? Don't support either of them. Support a local lumberyard.
Yeah.
Support a local hardware store.
idea.
We love Ace Family Hardware down the street. It's family owned.
I saw a different news item on Home Depot today.
What's that?
Was that
Their stock's down.
no, they were predicting they're seeing like a downturn in the economy because people aren't making improvements to their home.
Well, a lot of people made improvements during COVID, but I will say,
right. So I think and I was reading on it. It was like, there was that. There's all kinds of stuff.
the true measurement of the economy, I believe, for the true measurement of the economy, you need to talk to strippers. And strippers are saying the economy is shit. I believe we've been in recession.
I gotta go.
for
I gotta
more
go
than a
talk
year.
to some strippers.
Okay, go do
Do you
that.
have any singles?
Yes. And Anne says hi. Good for you.
Oh no,
Me
she's
too.
high. Yeah.
And Stacy, that's the one thing I thought of too. Everything is an act at this point.
I just
You're
heard
the
something
fucking
that
Matrix.
when you see any politician, the max you're ever gonna get of who they are is 40%. The rest is strategy.
There's no way it's 40%.
Okay.
We were talking about this.
They said
today.
at best, like in most, and actually they were saying that Waltz was 40%, and then like somebody like anybody else would be like 10% authentic.
Waltz is special.
No, well, they said like because he's like kind of homespun,
I
kind of
understand
done a thing,
that. I
but
understand
they
that,
were
but that-
praising his
But that's-
strategy to get where he is now.
But like people would say the same thing about Trump. I mean, they can't control Trump. So like, I just think that like I feel like it's just another spin. And here's the thing: like Doug and I were talking today, there's this whole comparison between Waltz's service and Vance's service, which is fucking ridiculous. Thank you both for your service.
Yeah, and most of it's coming from people that never served at all.
Yeah,
So,
but what have
be
you?
that as it may.
Listen, there's definitely been some negative things. You should look at the situation yourself and make your own judgments. I don't think that we should criticize anyone's service. I don't think that there's a reason to compare their service. I mean, if like Waltz had come out and said something about Vance's service, and yeah, I could see it. Like if one of the campaigns like did it to the other, like I guess, but like why go there? You don't have to, like, I don't think that being a hero or like a soldier is about bragging about what you've accomplished. And as a matter of fact, we talked to one of our good friends and neighbors about his service, and he's like I'll say thank you for your service, and he's like, oh, it was a fucking nightmare. Why? I'm not proud of it, and like blah blah blah. Like he's got some fucking opinions based on his experience. So that's not like, I guess my point is that it's a great sacrifice that people make, and we should respect it. And how they feel about that is up to them, and really between them, because we're really not. If you haven't served, I don't think you're in a position to say anything except thank you for your service. Yeah. But anyway,
right.
So Waltz came out and said,
well, there was a lot of talk about Waltz had the stolen valor, and
yes,
he bailed out before the war and all this stuff.
But we
whatever the story was, yeah. And so he came out and he goes, look, I don't think anybody should denigrate anybody else's service. Service is service, and it takes bravery to put on that uniform. And I'm proud that I did it.
For you to just get to the punchline.
And then he said, I have four words to say to JD Vance. He goes, thank you for your service.
Yes. So he said, thank you, your service.
It was 5 words.
Doug
sorry.
said it was
I thought it was a class move.
It was a class. Doug says it's a class move. And I agree, it is a class move. But I also think that it's a strategic class move, that everything that these people do, it's all rhetoric. Everything is focus grouped, and they have psychologists and marketers look at absolutely everything that these fucking idiots say. And you'll see, like, Trump's staff can't stand him because he like always goes off book. And Harris's camp, she'll do good, and then they pull the hook. So I haven't been watching Vance or Waltz as much. Honestly, I'm trying to absorb this less because of all the negativity. Like I'll vote and I'll, research the issues before then, but like I just get upset when I research it. That I don't know what my point was, but who cares?
I will say this: the one thing nobody's talking about is that when Vance left his unit or whatever and came back, he went to Congress and worked specifically on like veterans affairs and military.
But so are we going to make this a whole, like, because I was trying to make like light of these issues, make fun of them, and move on, and not get into the whole meat of it, because we could if that's what we want to do.
I just that was the thing nobody's talking about. And when I see something that nobody's talking about, I want to talk about it.
But there's a lot of stuff that I want to say that I'm not going to say.
All right, well, that's fair enough. Yeah.
And so Anne said that Stacey, that's one thing too. Everything is an act at this point. Oh, sorry, I already read that. She said, do some research on Snopes. It's way interesting. Yes, the Snopes is they don't have like a background in research. Like they're just like a couple of people that started a website. Like it's not like the fact that they are.
It's a fantastic idea.
It is, but the fact that they're considered an authority, like I don't think that they should be considered any more of an authority than you or I. And I would argue that if you don't listen to your friends with as much respect, you should be giving your friends and loved ones more respect than you give the fucking media and the fucking politicians. These are people that you know and care for and hopefully respect. You may disagree with them, but you should listen to what they have to say. You might just open your mind and maybe change your mind and maybe be better and maybe come together with people, because I assure you, the idiots in Washington don't give a fuck about any of us.
Wow.
You think that they do?
Not really.
Okay. And so Trace says the cost of lumber is insane right now. Girls, that's why you live in Lumber City. Oh.
No.
Shit.
Plywood Ranch, Georgia.
Lumber Seesaw. She lives in Lumber Seesaw, Georgia.
Lumber Liquidators, Florida. No, Georgia.
Aren't all lumber seesaws made of lumber? Oh my God.
No, not all of them.
Our seesaw was made of lumber at Vicky Lynn, where we went as kids. And one year
somebody got a sliver.
We split
No, you didn't.
all the kids on one side, all the kids on the other
that's
side,
not
and we
good.
broke it in half. And Gordon was swearing up.
I've been swearing at you.
We were in trouble. That
Thing
day.
lasted like 50 years, and then you hoodlums get on it.
They had to
The
replace.
pocket full of
He had
rocks.
to replace it like every 2-3 years. And then okay, yeah. So I would say, Trace, if you want to get some wood, I know where you can get some. And Kirk Cameron also trending. Kirk Cameron, I actually thought it was really interesting, but colorful. So like I always use like extremes and like kind of like I'll be over the top, perhaps a little bit.
A little bit.
So Kirk Cameron was talking about why people should homeschool their children. He was basically like saying that like your kid's gonna be a stripper and like 8 other things, and it was hilarious. But that's why he's trending. And I gotta tell you, I do this idea that he talks about where you're giving your children to a school and they're spending the majority of the time with your child, they're really shaping your child's values because they have so much time with them.
Not if you're a good parent.
That's not true. That's not true.
I don't think.
That's
whatever.
not true.
I'm
They're
not going to argue about
8 hours a day with your kid. You don't think that they're having a bigger? I will tell you that the school influenced my kids in a lot of negative ways.
Well, it's not 8 hours for first, and then it's
7,
not during the
8,
summer, and
9.
it's not during Christmas break, and it's not during a week in April and in February.
Well, okay, I disagree with you.
Yeah,
I think that they have a tremendous amount of influence on your children, and I think that homeschooling or microschooling or cooperative schooling are things that people really need to start exploring. I watched education with my 4 children who are 28 down to 23, so only 5 years apart. I watched it decline dramatically during that time. And in talking to other parents and people who have had children in the school since, I'm really concerned, especially since COVID, I'm really concerned about what's happening in education. I don't think the kids are learning the things that they need to learn. And I think that there's a lot of influence that I don't believe that should come from the state. So I think a lot of people think of homeschooling like what happened during COVID, where your kid's on the computer like 9 hours a day. That's not what homeschooling is like. The people that I know that homeschool spend an hour or 2 max a day homeschooling their kids. They cover more material. They're able to design the curriculum for their kids, and it doesn't have to be expensive. It can even be free. There's a lot of great options. So if it's something that if you want to keep your babies close to you, you want to spend more time as a family, you only have so much time with your kids. Life is hard. I wish I had planned to homeschool my kids. Because of my divorce, it didn't work out that way. I definitely advise you to consider it as an option. And if you can, help a homeschooler, teach like if you have a skill, teach their kid a lesson. Like you could have such a positive impact on someone's life.
I could teach art.
You could teach art. And also like just, like we really are all in this together. So we have to come together and support one another. And that means like, giving the kids in the neighborhood water bottles or talking to the kids about seashells, or like the little girl at the beach today, she was talking to me. She said, well, he's not my cousin, but he's my mom's best friend and she died. And so I'm like, oh, so he's your cousin now. And like, and all families look different, and that's okay. My family's crazy too. And I think like any word that you can say to encourage or teach a young person or be a positive role model in their life is going to help, because so much of their time is spent on the social media and the TikTok, and it's just not real, and it's not necessarily the best influences. So I think we just all have to come together more, and that's what I'm all about. Sean Astin, on the other hand.
Oh no, guy from the Goonies.
For those of you, again, and like, listen, even a broken clock is right twice a day regarding every celebrity. Like, I don't give a shit what George Clooney thinks. It's not going to affect how I vote. I think he's an idiot for getting as upset as he does. Kirk Cameron may have been drinking when he did this thing. I thought it was funny, which is why I brought it up. But Sean Astin has also chimed in.
From the Goonies.
Has chimed in. He's a big Harris supporter. I just can't even imagine. Like, why did you?
But like, that's the thing. It's like, what does anybody care what the guy from the Goonies?
Well, that's my thing. He's like a C-list celebrity from like 20 years ago.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
but it's just as ridiculous to get your political advice from an A-list celebrity as it is to get it from a C-list celebrity from 20 years ago. Like, they're equally ridiculous.
I don't know. They put Chachi Arcola up there on the RNC there a bunch of years ago.
Well, because
And
they
that's a
have,
C-list
but the
actor.
Democrats have notoriously
Oh
put
yeah,
out
yeah, no, for sure.
politicians.
Yeah.
So it's wrong when the Republicans.
I think
do
it's
it?
wrong. Yeah, I don't think it's. Well,
I think
I
if you
do. I
have
do
someone-
think that artists should, should if they feel strongly about something, use your whatever to
I just wish.
you know.
I wish that people would would be constructive in what they do. And the reality is, if you look at a corporation, they're supporting a candidate, like they have money to be made or lost by doing so. And a lot of people, and Donald Trump himself has admitted doing this, donate to both sides, because then you got politicians in your pockets no matter how the election goes, motherfucker.
And the corruption continues.
This is the world that we live in. So Taco Tuesday, we did not have tacos, but we did stop.
We did
at,
stop for enchiladas and some Polo Loco.
Polo Loco from La Casita. Prices I don't
Prices-
think they've gone
well,
up. Doug got 2 orders of queso. And
I only wanted 1 queso, but somehow I got 2 because I wanted extra sauce on the one. But
because you asked for extra queso, so then they gave you
Yeah,
queso.
they gave me
So
queso.
it-
But that's all right because we will use queso.
instead of being
queso.
$30, it was like
Oh.
40. But it is Taco Tuesday, so you could eat some tacos or eat a taco or touch your taco, whatever you want to do.
I don't
It's
know.
Taco Tuesday.
Whatever. It's your taco to deal with.
This is yes. Tomato J is trending. I asked the
Who's
kids.
Tomato J?
I have no idea. I asked the kids on the internet what the fuck that was, and I don't know if any of them ever told me. Let's check.
So you do that. So Tracy says, and for this is why I watch the paranormal stuff and research my shit on my own. I love paranormal stuff. Specifically cryptozoology stuff. I love it. Can't get enough of that. The hidden animals. And Splinter ass seesaws. Yes, indeed. You know what that. Ann says kids start their day from
Griffin.
whatever time their alarms go off till they go to bed, and they have they go to traditional.
A school. Yeah. Well, so one of the things that the education system was created by Rockefeller, and it was basically like, hey, I want parents to work in the factories, and they're being trained to work in factories. That's great. We want the schools to train them to work in factories, and then also, if kids are in school, then the parents can work. That's why it's that long day. And then, of course, on top of it, the kids are being basically trained. Oh, not only do you put in a full day at school, but now you're going to take work home with you.
It's called homework.
Basically teaching you that, like, you do whatever the fuck you're told. You're going to be compliant. And here's the crazy thing. The kid that didn't do their homework in school, the C student, the D student, those are the people that go on to be entrepreneurs. Those are the people that go on to start companies. Those are the ones that go to be millionaires. Historically speaking, the straight A student, valedictorian, those kids struggle. So don't put so much weight, historically known to struggle. Don't put so much weight on the grades. Think about the kids' happiness. If they're excited about life, if they have goals, etc. Hi, Kristen, over on Instagram.
What's up, nations? I know more people. Just Tracy says, I know more people that are homeschooling now more than not today. They have so much more flexibility, especially if the kids are neurodivergent, because schools do not know how to handle anything out of the box. Yes. Yeah, I'm all about that. However, the schools are required by law to teach any neurodivergent kid or kid with disabilities.
Yeah, but they're required to teach them. But if they're not able to teach them, and they're not, because of the way they're set up, they're not teaching it.
Yeah. Well, what I want to say is that a lot of times they're not accessing the curriculum. They're working with an aide, or they're put into a smaller class that isn't teaching the same things. So
and they push them through the system.
So then you have to hire a lawyer, and then it gets very expensive. And a lot of parents don't have that bandwidth or the resources to do it. And so I think they have to. There's got to be a better solution to that. So. Ann says schools are to be trained and indoctrinated. I don't know if I totally agree with that. Some people do. I mean, traditional schooling. And then Tracy says every day is taco day for her. Look at that. Every day. That's craziness. You're gonna hurt yourself.
Bingo.
Bingo.
Okay, can I ask you a favor?
Yes.
So we've talked about this Rockefeller and the creation of the school system. Can you just look into it?
Oh, I will look. I don't disagree with it.
It seems like you do.
But I think that's kind of how the country is made, and I don't think anybody is indoctrinated and told what to do. You graduated high school. Did anybody say you're going into the mines, or you're going into you're going to work at Almac?
They're teaching you to comply.
I think they're teaching you rules and they're teaching you
They're teaching
basics.
you to comply. They're teaching you that if you do not comply, if you do not conform, you will be in trouble.
How is taking statistics or geography?
But that's not the. But, I mean, first of all, it starts at a very young age. It starts from a very young age.
You technically have to comply in the world. You can't take an alligator into a convenience store.
But they want people. I would like for you to research this further
I will
we discuss it.
No,
again.
I will look
into it. But I will
it.
say that there's significant documentation about this. It's not like a.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing that.
Well, it seems like you are.
I'm disagreeing.
But can I make my point? Because you've got to make your point that opposes mine. But I'm saying to you that children got education before formal schools. Schools have changed a lot over the years. And even the things that were taught in school years and years ago are, it was to teach people to work in factories. It's like why they did it. And it's why they do it today. It's just changed from working in factories to now working in corporate America. And now you have, kids that, that aren't spending the time with their family. They're not in their community. Their peers are their big influence. The school's their big influence. And if you're happy with their peers and you're happy with the school and what they're teaching, that's fine. Feel free to send your kids there, do whatever the fuck you want to do. However, even if you agree with that, maybe you want to spend more time with your kid. Maybe you feel like, you know what, my kid shouldn't be inside all day. Maybe you shouldn't feel like your kid shouldn't get a 15-minute recess. Maybe you feel like your kid shouldn't have to wear a mask to school. Like there's a lot of reasons why people choose to homeschool. And I think that they're all fucking valid. Every single one I've ever heard has been valid.
I'm not saying I'm not a proponent or detractor of homeschooling.
But when we have, it's come up many times here on the podcast, talked about the origin of the school, why it was created, and how it applies today, and how it impacts our children from kindergarten all the way through school. You argue the point. And so I'm asking you to do some more research on it before we discuss it again.
Okay. All right. I'll
Okay. So Anne says, bingo. I am about to puke everywhere. I have really not been feeling well. Twister's movie is also trending. Doug hates Helen Hunt. I don't know if she's
in this movie, because I can't handle that.
But honestly, I really don't necessarily want to watch it. I don't need to be stressed out for no fucking reason. I don't necessarily love action adventure movies, but people are going crazy for that shit. My friend Dave is even considering moving to Oklahoma so he can experience tornadoes.
Oh, screw that! A tornado is the last thing I ever want to experience.
Daniel, do you need a roommate? Or you're not in Oklahoma? Who do we know?
He's in Ohio. I don't know anybody in Oklahoma.
I think we know somebody in Oklahoma. I gotta go to bed. I'm about to throw up.
Right.
What could I have done better today? I don't fucking know.
I don't know. Gratitude for dolphins in the ocean and things of that nature.
Yeah. So, but what could I have done better today? I really don't think I could have done anything better today. I really didn't feel good. I really don't feel good now. I pushed myself. Here we are. And I got frustrated with Doug and I didn't kill him. So I'm pretty proud of myself about that. And also, I'm really grateful for all the people that come to the podcast night after night. All you people over on Twitter, can you please come over to Facebook and YouTube, join the conversation?
We had a new friend tonight. That was a bonus.
We enjoyed
Aaron.
I don't think we had any new friend. Oh, yeah, we did. Aaron. Thank you, Aaron. Daniel, Todd. Oh, I don't know who this is. Ann Canning.
Oh, Ann Canning. She was the one that found the lady in the back of the picture of us at the baseball game.
That's hilarious.
She's fantastic.
Tracy
She's nice
and Hookah Bob. Killing 15.
Killing was
I
here.
never know which one of Killing it is. Daniel, Taylor.
Taylor
Jackie,
and Julie Weeks
Jackie
was here.
Fogo. I'm gonna Jackie Fogo.
Jackie Fogo. Fitzgo.
Taylor. Donna Newman.
Donna was here. Yeah, that was nice.
Daniel, our new friend Aaron. Cindy was here very briefly. Hey, Cindy.
Yeah.
And
Donna Shea.
Kristen was over on Insta. Zach was here for like 2 seconds. Donna Shea was here. What's up, Donna? Thank you for those pictures. Julie Weeks was here briefly. Thank you guys so much.
We had a little thumbs up from William J. Burkhart, the author. Fancy, Todd White, Daniel, and I thought that I saw. And on mine, I got a thumbs up from little Tommy Milmar.
Could you have done anything better today?
Could I have done anything better today? Yeah, probably not. I think I did a pretty good job. Things I'm grateful for: the beach, the getting out and about, and that was in the Dolphins was insane.
Yeah, the Dolphins. So thankful for the Dolphins. Thankful for the Dolphins. Thankful for getting out. Thankful for solar recovery. Thankful for going in the house because I'm about to throw up, and I need to have my drink has been empty for quite some time. Maybe if I had a sip, I would not feel so bad. But thankful for this little sarong. Thankful for Project Runway. Thankful for Kelly. Thankful. I'm actually disappointed that they didn't just show up that cooch. If they're not going to talk about it, they should have to show it.
Yeah,
that's all I got.
Maybe we'll do a screen grab of it and show and share it.
Doug is pulling up.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
The outro. We love you.
The outro.
Hey, listen, I'm really seriously considering dropping Wednesdays and Thursdays. Let me know what you think.
Yeah, let us know.
Love you.
We might be here tomorrow night. We might not. Probably. Who knows? Keep an eye out. Stay tuned. All right. See you. Bye.